Good evening. Good evening and welcome to the 2023 Graduate Commencement Ceremony at Carroll University. We are so glad you're here. My name is Mark Blagan and I serve as Carroll University's Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. In this role, it is my honor and privilege to declare the 2023 Graduate Commencement Ceremony in session. What a great start to the Mother's Day weekend, and what a way to celebrate. My sincere gratitude and appreciation to all the mothers in our audience this evening. I also wish to extend my appreciation to all the fathers, sisters, brothers, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and to all our graduates, advocates, and partners who supported their student to the journey, on their journey to this stage. To our families, our staff, our faculty, our board of trustees, our alumni, and of course, to the Carroll University graduate class of 2023, welcome. Now please welcome to the podium our chaplain resident, the Reverend Anna Langholtz. Reverend Langholtz will deliver the invocation and read aloud the acknowledgement of land on which we now gather. Reverend Langholtz.
Good evening. As we begin this commencement evening, would you pray with me? Holy One, you called the earth into being. The rivers and oceans, mountains and valleys, fields and forests. And it is good. So too do you call us into being. On this commencement day, may each person here remember that you called them to a deeper knowledge and learning, to perseverance, to supporting one another through the triumphs and trials, called to grow into the professionals our community need. And now they're being sent into the world with newfound conviction, knowledge, wisdom, and grace. Sent to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the oppressed, to comfort those who mourn, to do justice, love mercy, and walk humbly. And may you, Carroll University graduates, bearing with one another in love, go out into the world using these skills and tools you have gained to serve your communities wholeheartedly. May the one who binds all things together nurture and sustain you through the coming days, through the excitement and trepidation of new opportunities, through the victories and moments of great growth, through the days that make you feel like you were made for this, and the days of doubt. May the Spirit of the living God accompany and encourage you. But first, let us commemorate and celebrate the hard work, commitment, and accomplishments of today. For you, God, have called and sent us to humble service, but you also created us for joy and love. So let us smile and laugh and go out in joy for the conclusion of this chapter and the start of a new one. In your holy and precious name we pray. Amen. Let us continue by acknowledging the land on which we gather, using the statement developed by Jen Youngblood from the class of 2003. We humbly recognize all tribal elders, both past and present, and to respectfully honor them by acknowledging their stewardship through time immemorial on these ancestral homelands on which Carroll University resides. Carroll University was created in 1846 and is located within the traditional homelands of the Ho-Chunk and Menominee nations, as acknowledged by their creation stories. The university recognized that the land on which we gather is territory ceded in the September 26, 1833 Treaty of Chicago, and is the ancestral homelands of the Chippewa, Ottawa, and Potawatomi Indians. This land was a crossroads for many tribal nations and their people to access cultural resources, and many of their ancestors remain on this land. We recognize the 11 sovereign tribal nations who reside in now what is known as the state of Wisconsin. These nations are the Bad River Band of Lake Superior Chippewa, Ho-Chunk Nation, Lecoutere Band of Lake Superior Chippewa, Lac du Flambeau Band of Lake Superior Chippewa, Menominee Tribe of Wisconsin, Oneida Nation, Forest County Potawatomi, Red Cliff Band of Lake Superior Chippewa, St. Croix Chippewa, Sokogan Chippewa, Mole Lake, and the Stockbridge-Muncie Band of Mohican Indians. Carroll University will strive to honor its duty to care for this land and to share in stewardship with all sovereign tribal nations who recognize this land as theirs.
Thank you, Reverend Langholtz. Please be seated. Now I would like to take a moment and introduce the members of the Board of Trustees and our platform party. I would like to ask each person from our board to stand as I call your name and remain standing. Audience, please hold your applause until everyone is introduced. The following members of our Board of Trustees are here with us this evening. Dr. Bart Williams, class of 1991, Director, Core Service Technology and Professor, Department of Cell Biology, Van Andel Institute. Mr. Dorval Carter, class of 1979, President of the Chicago Transit Authority and immediate past chair of the Carroll University Board of Trustees. Ms. Ann Lotch, class of 1988, Justice System Coordinator for the National Clearinghouse on Abuse in Later Life and chair of the University Alumni Council. The Reverend Dr. Deborah Block, class of 1974, Senior Pastor of Emmanuel Presbyterian Church, Milwaukee, and Chair of the Carroll Board of Trustees. And Dr. Cindy Nattinger, President of Carroll University. Please join me in acknowledging these members of our Board of Trustees for their leadership of our beloved institution. I would like to also acknowledge the balance of our platform party, including our deans, members of our senior leadership team, our speaker, chaplain, vocalist, and registrar. It is now my pleasure to invite to the podium the Reverend Dr. Deborah Block. As we noted a few moments ago, Reverend Block serves as the chairperson of the Carroll University Board of Trustees and is a proud alumnus from the class of 1974. Each year, we ask the chair of our Board of Trustees to welcome all of you, our families, our staff, our faculty, fellow board members, and most importantly, you, our students, to our commencement exercises. Please welcome Reverend Block to the podium.
Welcome and good evening, graduates, families, friends. It is a good evening. We're going to focus on the continuing vocational journeys you have embarked upon tonight. We applaud your hard work and celebrate your achievement. We will call your name, and now you can add some new initials and maybe a title. You have given yourselves to a discipline of learning that will continue to feed who you are and what you do. We hope that yours is not a terminal degree. That is a term that should be removed from the higher education lexicon, because here at Carroll, preparing students for lifelong learning is part of our stated mission. So, graduates, let that be your mission. Let this be a beginning.
Thank you, Reverend Block, and thank you for your tireless efforts on behalf of today's graduates, of our students, our faculty, and our community. With your leadership and that of the entire Board of Trustees, we have the honor and the pleasure of celebrating this day. Speaking of honor, it is now my distinct honor to introduce Carroll University's 15th president, Dr. Cindy Nattinger. She knows the meaning of the word pioneer and truly defines it. Serving as this institution's first female president, she blazes trails daily, literally and figuratively. For those that know her, we see her firsthand, her love of, commitment to, and service for Carroll University and its students. Please welcome to the podium the president of Carroll University, Dr. Cindy Nattinger.
Hello and good evening. To our graduates, members of the Board of Trustees, parents, family members, alumni, friends, faculty, staff, and administration, welcome to the campus of Carroll University and to the commencement ceremony for the class of 2023. Students, as this college journey ends, another journey begins. And I'm sure it's the journey ahead that has you the most excited. And that's how it should be. In the days and weeks ahead, you will disperse to hundreds of different locations throughout the Midwest, the country, and beyond. And you might be wondering, what distinguishes you as a Carroll graduate at the start of this new phase of your life? I believe that Carroll's ethos of respect, integrity, and stewardship provide the beginnings of that answer. So I encourage you, hold those three tenets close to you as you enter this next phase of life. As you begin the next chapter, know that your education at Carroll provided you with and will continue to provide you with the foundation to thrive and succeed. I know firsthand the unique challenges of post-secondary education. For some of you, today is the culmination of one long, uninterrupted educational journey that you started as a child. For others, this has meant a return to the classroom after time away, perhaps having begun a family or already deep in a career. Pursuing an advanced degree demonstrates a rare commitment to education. Fewer than 12% of Americans aged 25 years of age and older have an advanced college degree, and fewer than 3% of the world's population has attained a graduate degree. Think about that. Less than 3% of the people in this world possess what you will walk away with this evening. Be proud of what you've accomplished. You truly do exhibit the pioneer spirit of curiosity and openness to new adventures. You are now and forever will be pioneers. As you walk across this stage tonight, be confident that your character, in part shaped by your experiences here, will help you meet whatever challenges may lie ahead. Because embarking on that journey, when the destination may be unclear and the terrain unfamiliar, that's the pioneer way. Walking that journey with integrity, respect, and stewardship toward all that you encounter. That's the Carroll University pioneering way. My very best to each of you as you go forth. And again, congratulations, class of 2023. Godspeed.
Thank you, President Nattinger. Tradition at Carroll University holds that a chosen member of each graduating class speaks at commencement. Today, I have the honor of introducing Lauren Widlowski, Carroll University graduate of 2023, as this evening's student commencement speaker. Ms. Widlowski is a soon-to-be graduate of our Doctorate of Physical Therapy program. I wonder if this has sunk in yet. Her words are sure to inspire. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Widlowski as our honored student speaker. Lauren.
Good evening. I have been fortunate enough to attend Carroll University for both undergraduate and graduate coursework. And wow, what a time. 6 years of procrastinating and studying and practicing and studying and preparing and studying. Do you remember your first day of classes at the Graduate Center? What did you feel? Maybe nervous, excited, fearful, proud? Good. We were all on the same page. And maybe you might be sitting with some of those emotions right now. To those of you who do not know me, my name is Lauren Widlowski, and I am a doctor of physical therapy now. It is a pleasure to be sharing space with all of you today. I feel extremely grateful and fortunate to be able to speak with you on behalf of the Carroll University Ethos Statement, as well as my own, that I have chosen to motivate myself with for my time spent at Carroll. Respect, integrity, stewardship. The foundation of what Carroll has gathered us with today. An ethos statement with 3 simple words to remind us of each other's human dignity, passion for holding steadfast to your core beliefs, and giving back with time, service, and effort. My personal ethos statement is a working statement, but these 3 simple words have been a sounding board for my academic and personal mission to achieve greatness. Resilience, grit, spring-loaded. Resilience, a way to keep coming back for more challenges. It's what got me here 3 years ago when I started graduate school. Grit, an adjective that describes what hard work looks like through many obstacles and maybe some self-doubt. It's what kept me here to finish and stand before all of you. And spring-loaded is where I stand with all of you today. Spring-loaded. What does spring-loaded mean? Because I am a physical therapist, it means a prepped muscle ready to start a race. Or, like the heart muscle, ready to pump compassion and empathy into those around us pursuing our passions and individual goals. Or, like my favorite muscle, the lateral pterygoid in your jaw, that is allowing me to be able to speak with all of you today and motivate you to embrace your individual talents and the talents of others to positively impact those around us. Whether your education led you to healthcare, OT, AT, PT, PA, exercise physiologists, psychologists, nurses, or you were led here for business or education, you are all spring-loaded and you all deserve a round of applause. So now that I have told you you are all spring-loaded, why are you spring-loaded? Springs are mechanical. They take on energy through compression and manipulation and transform that energy into whatever role it is desired to be. We are the springs. Your career and decision-making is the result of compression and refinement. You all probably took some tough love to get here. That is energy. Add it to your spring. You all probably went through something that was bigger than you, yet you walked straight through it. More energy. Add it to your spring. You probably thought at some point you'd never make it here. Negative energy, but still energy that we have all been humbled by at some point. Add it to your spring. You all have made it to the finish line. Positive energy. Add it to your spring. But here is the beauty of a spring. Springs cannot tell the difference between positive and negative energy. You are loaded with energy, sitting right here with me today. I want this moment to encourage you to transform your energy. Use your fully loaded spring as a launch point to kickstart your career with greatness. Allow your spring to absorb the energy on the hard days and motivate you to embrace the opportunity to make an impact. As we begin our careers to greatness, likely with the same feelings of nerves and fear that we started this journey with, start with respect, integrity, stewardship, spring-loaded. Rely on your education. It has provided you with a knowledge point and the problem-solving skills to succeed. Support your transition into the workforce with evidence of the past 2 to 3 years you've spent building. The more you practice, the more you say, the more opinions and ideas you can generate, the more individuals, relationships, and value you will create for greatness. I would like to take a moment to recognize those of you that I know to have given energy to my career and overall growth. To those who have touched me personally and professionally, you are creating energy and I strive to be like you. Teachers, professors, clinical instructors, colleagues, friends, and family, you have added so much positive energy to my spring, and with that, I only hope to be able to give back to yours. Graduates, friends, classmates, colleagues, good luck to all of you in your future career. Thank you to all for absorbing my energy here today. The time is now. Take your spring and launch it. Use your prepped muscles, your Carroll University education, your compassionate heart, your communication skills, your work ethic, and your intelligence to release your spring and transform yourselves for a lifetime of greatness. Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren. Spring-loaded. Very well said. For a moment, I want to focus on one special group of people here today, our faculty. We have a deeply committed, intellectually driven, and passionate faculty here at Carroll University. They work tirelessly to support each of you on your journeys, and each year we acknowledge those who have been recognized by their peers for going above and beyond. It is my distinct pleasure to acknowledge those faculty who achieved special recognition this past year. To be recognized by your students and peers is truly a special moment. These Teaching and Advising Awards were recently awarded, and it's an honor to share a few words about each recipient today. Two of our award winners teach and advise in our undergraduate programs and will be in attendance at commencement tomorrow. Our first award is for significant achievement in student advising and mentoring. While learning takes place within the classroom, it also takes place in powerful and meaningful ways in those quiet moments, in the unplanned interactions, in the one-on-one conversations away from class. Such important and impactful work. Roseanne Donovan, Clinical Associate Professor of Education, is this year's recipient of the Faculty Advising Award. Roseanne is a model for all of us to follow. Congratulations, Roseanne. In addition to our Advising Award, faculty are also recognized for significant achievement in teaching and scholarship. These awards are made possible through the generosity of our donors. The Norman and Louise Allheiser Teaching Award and the Benjamin F. Richardson Faculty Award represent the most prestigious awards given to faculty at Carroll and are an indication of the remarkable heights to which these faculty have achieved and continue to achieve. Nominees for the Norman and Louise Allheiser Teaching Award must demonstrate a record of superior teaching based on student evaluations, student comments, and peer evaluations. To be named the Norman and Louise Allheiser Teaching Award winner, a faculty member must consistently deliver an excellent educational and learning experience. This year's award winner is Michael Mortensen. Mike is a faculty member in the Department of Visual, Interactive, and Performing Arts, acronym VIPA. Apropos when I tell you that Mike recently led the development of our new aviation science and drone technology major. Congratulations, Mike. Nominees for our final award, the Benjamin F. Richardson Faculty Award, must also demonstrate a record of superior teaching based on student evaluations, student comments, and peer evaluations. To be named the Benjamin F. Richardson Faculty Award winner, a faculty member must consistently deliver an excellent educational and learning experience. In addition, nominees must demonstrate a record of scholarship and effective educational innovation such as new course and/or grant development. This year's award winner is Dr. Kimberly White, Professor of Education. Not only is Kimberly a gifted educator, but she is currently leading a National Science Foundation grant that explores the improvement of undergraduate STEM education. Kim is with us tonight. Please stand and be recognized. Congratulations. It is now my pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, our last lecturer. As graduate students, you sat through engaging lectures, took part in internships, clinicals, teaching experiences, and participated in community events and so much more. Through each, you learned, you reflected, you grew. The concept of the last lecture stems from a talk that Randy Pausch, a professor of computer science at Carnegie Mellon, gave in 2007, shortly before his death. In his talk, he inspired those present with his final wisdom. Since then, the last lecture has become present in higher education as a way for a recognized faculty member to impart a few final words of wisdom to our graduates as they leave the university setting for the new journeys that lie ahead. Dr. Jessica Lehner, director of our Master of Science in Behavioral Health Psychology program and Clinical Associate Professor of Psychology, is this year's graduate commencement speaker and last lecturer. Nominations were sought from all of our graduate students, and Dr. Lehner rose to the top. She inspires students in our Behavioral Health Psychology program, as well as other programs across the university. It is truly an honor to welcome Dr. Jessica Lehner to the stage. Dr. Lehner.
Congratulations, graduates. Today is quite an accomplishment. No doubt your paths to this day are unique and varied. And I'm going to make the assumption that your path also involved 5 things common to those sitting next to you. Number 1, somebody was in your corner. Someone who believed in you and saw you, not who they thought you could be or who they wanted you to be, and you trusted them. Number 2, you harnessed the hope that despite the many obstacles that threatened your path to this day, if you persevered through the hardship, you'd be successful. Number 3, you set a clear goal for yourself that likely included you sitting right here. And number 4, you deeply connected with your why. Your why for this degree extended beyond any shoulds whispered in your ear. Your passion for your discipline runs deep. And number 5, you dug in. You learned new things, practiced new skills, and grew more confident along the way. Psychological science tells us that these 5 factors contribute significantly to goal attainment. And not only our goals, but they support the behavior change necessary for our patients, our students, and our clients to reach their goals. You will all work with people in some way, and often in a supportive way. You might support your patients in making behavior changes toward a healthier lifestyle. As a consultant, you might support business clients, making changes to increase productivity and profit. In behavioral health psychology, we have many theories that suggest the best way to support people in making changes. And in turn, we use these theories of psychotherapy in our counseling work. And there are so many theories suggesting how to best support others in making those changes. And the changes are important. They can repair, even save a marriage, relieve someone from paralyzing anxiety, even save a life. And there's a debate in our field that likely mirrors debates in your fields about what therapy is the best therapy. We have a whole body of research aimed at dethroning one approach in favor of others. But when we take a different perspective, instead of looking at what mechanisms of change or special ingredient is most efficacious, and instead we look at the common factors that successful therapy shares, science provides some clear and important answers. So today, I want to give you your last lecture on why these 5 common factors are essential in your work with your patients, with your students, and with your clients, and why attending those common factors is important in many aspects of your lives. The first factor is the relationship. Science tells us that humans are wired for relationships. Remember Psych 101? Harlow's monkeys chose the wire mother wrapped in blankets over self-sustaining food. When counselors determine their patient's prognosis, we assess the quality of our patient's social support. The better the social support, the better the prognosis. In other words, relationships matter. Of all the common factors, science continually tells us that a trusting, authentic, non-judgmental relationship between the helper and the counselor, or the counselor and the client, is the strongest predictor of a positive outcome. In your work with people, you will ask them to do scary, hard stuff. And they're more likely to do it to their fullest if they trust you. And your degree isn't going to create the trust that authentically connecting with your clients will. The second factor is hope. Hope helps us persevere toward our goals despite obstacles and uncertainty. It's the defense against despair in the face of challenges. Dr. Charles Schneider, the founder of hope theory, offers an analogy that I love. He says, a rainbow is a prism that sends shards of multicolored light in various directions. It lifts our spirits and makes us think of what is possible. Hope is the same, a personal rainbow of the mind. And we do this in many ways with our patients, students, and clients. We let them know that they aren't alone in whatever brought them to us. And while we can't guarantee the outcome, because we can never guarantee that things will be okay, we can assure them that we will walk alongside them. We can also share with them what we're going to be doing together and how it works. And sharing the how it works is important. It's easy to say, do this, and lean into our credentials and assume that our patients are just going to do what we say. But sharing the how goes so much further to motivating our clients to put in the hard work. How does this medication work? Why should I tolerate the side effects? This provides the hope that putting in the time and the effort will matter. The third factor is collaborating on goals. Science tells us that you and your client need to agree on the goals that you're working towards. As professionals, too many times, we think we know more, we know better, and that we are the expert, and that our goals for our clients are better than their goals. I recently hired a nutrition coach. I liked her. I felt connected to her. But her goal for me didn't match my goal. And my hope that I would get out of this experience what I hoped for quickly dissipated. So I checked out. I went through the motions, but I wasn't bought in. The fourth factor is emotional arousal. It's probably not surprising that a psychologist stands before you, encouraging you to connect with your emotions. But let me share why it's important when supporting behavior change. We live in a culture that values logical, rational thinking. We conceptualize emotions and facts as binary. We often think that emotions just get in the way. I encourage you to think of emotions as data. Without attending to our emotions, we are essentially ignoring important data. Feeling and interpreting our emotions is imperative to behavior change because humans are more motivated by emotions than by facts. Take the example of lowering blood pressure. Let's say that you are working with one of the 8.8 million adults in the United States with hypertension, and you tell them all of the reasons why they should change their diet and lifestyle. Essentially, your message is they're risking their lives if they don't. And it would be wonderful if they just internalize that message and change their behavior because they told themselves, I should change because if I don't, I could die. But this rarely works. In fact, only 8 to 15% of people diagnosed with a significant health condition make healthy behavior changes after that diagnosis. The patients who make the change likely connect to their emotions. They envision themselves living a long life filled with grandchildren and checking off bucket list experiences. They connect with that joy that accompanies the vision. This is what supports the hope and encourages the change. How many resolutions come the new year have you made around shoulds? I should exercise more. I should sleep more. Next year, try connecting with how accomplishing those goals will make you feel. The last common factor is providing opportunities for learning, practice, and confidence building. This is what we're trained to do, to provide the plan so that the client, the student, can put it into action. But psychological science tells us that only when we have the relationship, hope, focus on collaborative goals, and connection with emotion do we have that foundation for learning. We often jump right into this without those foundational common factors, and then we wonder why our students aren't learning, why our patients aren't eating healthier, why our clients aren't implementing those stellar plans that we laid out for them. And these 5 common factors don't just apply to the amazing story of the person who overcame a rare disease via hope and a meaningful relationship. They apply to our lives and our work with our clients every day. They are, I argue, the foundation upon which all of our work should be based. And they apply in the everyday moments. Take the other weekend, for example. I took my 8-year-old daughter to a dance competition in Chicago. There were hundreds of dancers, 10 hours of dance classes, a night full of competition, and way too much sugar. As the other moms and I wrapped up lunch at the hotel restaurant, the 8 girls on the dance team asked if they could walk across the lobby and watch the older girls compete. Fine, no problem. Well, as kids do, they decided to explore the 12-story hotel via its glass elevators. Fast forward a half an hour, and we couldn't find them. If you've been there, you know that feeling. You're trying not to panic because you are sure that she'll show up. At least you want to be sure. Well, those minutes felt like hours. And one by one, the girls were found. And when I finally saw my daughter's face, I was overcome with anger and love simultaneously. We sat down and talked about what happened. I held her hands and I kissed her forehead because relationships matter. I asked her why we were in Chicago, and she answered, to learn and compete. Okay, good answer. We collaborated on goals. We talked about her decision to leave the competition room and roam the hotel, and I shared my fear when I couldn't find her. And because her dance coach was reprimanded for their behavior, we talked about how she felt about that. And then we compared those feelings to how she feels when she's competing her dance routines and learning new dance combinations. We connected with her emotion. And we discussed how she'd make choices the rest of the weekend, even when her teammates might encourage choices that were inconsistent with her goals. I provided opportunities for learning and practice. Now, this is a minor story, and over the course of her lifespan, a very minor incident. But I hope that how we handled that situation will positively impact her decisions beyond Chicago, because I was mindful of using the scientific principles of behavior change while supporting her in that moment. So, establish the relationship, instill hope, collaborate on goals, connect to emotion, then and only then jump into what you're trained to do, laying out the plan and putting it into action. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Landa, for continuing to inspire all of us today. We have now come to the centerpiece of our ceremony, the conferral of degrees. Before I present you, the graduate class of 2023, for your degrees, I want to take a moment and acknowledge and recognize your journey to this stage and to those who supported the possibility of this moment. To the staff of Carroll University, they readied classrooms, kept the ground sparkling, raised donations, provided support in the background and the foreground, and you may not know them all, but without them, we wouldn't be here today. Thank you to our staff. There's another group of individuals that supported you on your journey. They taught you, mentored you, consoled you, pushed and pulled you. They stood with you through the good times and the not so good times. Today they sit in front of you full of pride as you walk across the stage and accept your diplomas. Please rise and join me in applauding the amazing faculty of Carroll University. You can be seated. Now, students, pause for a moment. Look around at the crowd to those that are present, and maybe even look to the sky for those that aren't. And reflect on all the support and guidance shared by your moms, your dads, your brothers, sisters, grandparents, and anyone else you call family. I think it is fair to say that without their presence, your journey to this moment would have been much different. Thank you to all the parents and families here. Graduates, rise one more time and thank all of your parents. And now let us begin. President Nattinger, it is an honor to present you, the candidates for the degrees, tonight at Carroll University. Graduates, on behalf of our Board of Trustees, President Nattinger, our faculty, and the entire Carroll University community, it is my honor to present you, the members of the graduate class of 2023, for the awarding of your respective degrees. Graduates will be called in alphabetical order within the particular degree categories as written in your programs. Graduates, you'll be hooded by your program director, and after you receive your diploma, please walk across the stage, return to your places, and be seated. Graduates, here we go. Would the candidates for the Master of Business Administration degree in the class of 2023 please come forward to receive your diplomas? You will be hooded by Dr. Alexander Seeloff. Jason Adlam. Christopher Kenneth Baston. Alec George Billingsley. Roxanne R. Bloom. Devin Tay Brevig. Mackenzie Joe Cooey. Shannon George. Tyler Richard Gudex. Margaret Grace Hansen. Amy M. Johnson. Elizabeth Rose Jorgensen. Dylan Joseph Knotts. Peter Masachini. Michaela J. Mohop. Stephen Jacob Osterhout. Phoebe Lauren Rayrau. Emma Elizabeth Stam. Andrew Thomas Steekiel. Juan Manuel Villegas. Courtney Jean Roma Wright. You're good. Would the candidates for the Master of Arts in Teaching degree in the class of 2023 please come forward to receive your diplomas? You will be hooded by Dr. Carrie Kretschmar. Tracy L. Alborn. Madison Abrahamian. Allie Marie Bennett. Nathan Benton Beitler, presented by previous Carroll University Director of General Education, Fred Beitler. Chloe Breyer. Catherine Ann Brooks. Madeline Camacho. Jessica L. Corey. Alyssa Marie Latz. Bailey Marie Liebherr. Krista Starr Pollock. Catherine Susan Reimers. Norma Lilia Rueda Garcia Luna. Shannon Francis Tallinger. Sydney M. Tomzak. Jacob Stanley Wershing. Allison Marks. Would the candidates for the Master of Education degree in the class of 2023 please come forward to receive your diplomas? You will be hooded by Dr. Brad Coes. Amber Marie Bogard. Michael P. Cameron. Nicole Lee Doms. Christina Flannery. Katie Elizabeth Flory. Shanna Rose Hand. Arthur Franklin Jones III. Apostolos Christos Elias Lianos. Kelly Ann Schmidt. Margaret Elizabeth Schneider. Nancy Sosong. Catherine A. Toniolo. Heather Troy. Rebecca Jean Wilson. Allison M. Yenter. Edwin William Boneski. Ashley Sylvia Gouger. Would the candidates for the Master of Science in Behavioral Health Psychology degree in the class of 2023 please come forward to receive your diplomas? You will be hooded by Dr. Jessica Lehner. Emily Jane Charity. Jennifer Catherine Craney. Claudia Marie Jones. Alexander Jeffrey Kirk. Would the candidates for the Master of Science degree in Exercise Physiology for the class of 2023 please come forward to receive your diplomas? You will be hooded by Dr. Dan Shackelford. Kaylee Sislevich. Sarah Jans. Matthew Robert Anthony Miranda. Anna Miller. Shannon Marie Miller. Caitlin Marjorie O'Toole. Rihanna N. Patel. Lauren Elise Phillips. Joshua Thomas Sepik. Kelsey Alice Spurgeon. Madison Carroll Wargowski. Would the candidates for the Master of Science in Sports Physiology degree in the class of 2023 please come forward to receive your diplomas? You will be hooded by Mr. Brian Edelbeck. Connor James Cantwell. Jack Bronson Chard. Michael Cole. Lauren K. Marshall. Connor Anthony Penno. Ryan Anthony Schettelbauer. Adam Sund. James C. Utt. Devin S. Vervoort. Would the candidates for the Master of Science in Nursing degree in the class of 2023 please come forward to receive your diplomas? You'll be hooded by Dr. Carrie Kabisky. Kristen Marie Gira. Margaret M. Hazelberg. Tegan Maggie Beth Margus. Would the candidates for the Master of Occupational Therapy degree in the class of 2023 please come forward to receive your diplomas? You will be hooded by Dr. Wendy Levier. Erin Marie Ashenhurst. Clara Rose Beck. Leah Ann Bauskar. Anna R. Carpenter. Bailey Nicole Delarut. Kristen Renee Dianella. Carolyn Ann Flood. Kirsten Margaret Johnston. Dana Johnston. Taylor A. Josephowitz. Jenna Lang. Philip Jeffrey Mayo. Megan M. McCabe. Katrina Ann Meyer. Krista Marie Meyer. Rachel Alexis Piontek. Emily Marie Radecki. Claire Victoria Rogers. Sarah Rishlock. Shelby Lynn Safstrom. Rebecca Chappelle. Justine Joan Sullivan. Mariah Catherine Tebon. Michaela May Tracy. Tessa Valet. Lin Chun Wang. Maria Renee Waydig. Charlotte Ann Wilson. Would the candidates for the Master of Science in Physician Assistant Studies degree in the class of 2023 please come forward to receive your diplomas? You will be hooded by Dr. Jim Brandis. Sophie Bliss. Abram Bonneville. Catherine Bougie. Samuel John Brickley. Crystal Butita. Jennifer Margaret Danilek. Cameron Dressel. Megan Catherine Flynn. Anna Giblin. Megan Elizabeth Gildersleeve. Lindsay Gullstrand. Kristen Margaret Gustafson. James H. Ham. Olivia Ruth Hawkins. Morgan Cadinger. Wesley Kelly. Jiling Zai Kelly. Allison Lehman. Gregory Mazus. Jasper Gabriel Montalbano. Justin Muller. Kelly Ann Murphy. John Franklin O'Leary. Samantha Rose Paler. Arsam Kazi. Jordan Schultz. Donovan Christopher Smith. Natalie Starr. Would the candidates for the Master of Science in Athletic Training degree in the class of 2023 please come forward to receive your diplomas, or you will be hooded by Dr. Jamie Kriskowski. Honorio Aranda. Adam Boren. Douglas Kylie Brown II. Would the candidates for the Doctor of Physical Therapy degree in the class of 2023 please come forward to receive your diplomas, where you will be hooded by Dr. Sarah Dupre. Kyle Paul Adams. Zoe Marie Albert. Nick Amaranjan. Jordan Andrews. Jacqueline M. Bear. Abigail Beck. Erica Lena Besser. Lillian J. Bitters. Elizabeth Ann Chikanovsky. Aaron M. Clements. Abigail Charlene Clist. Allison Collins. Travis S. Curley. Lucas Lester Dietzen. Alexandria Lee Dahlhoff. Joshua Vincent Eagle. Emily Elizabeth Fiesick. Daniel Michael Glampy. Carissa Nicole Glademans. Emily Green. Sarah Gerda. Adrian Hansel. Skylar Stranton Harmson. Megan Hass. Ryan J. Havlevitz. Noah Avedis Hyalion. Haley Leanne Harrigas. Caitlin Nicole Hickey. Olivia Sue Honan. Madeline Ann Hopkins. Clara Jelisic. Rachel Ann Genowine. Madison Jones. Erica M. Jordal. Cassandra Marie Kanya. Zachary T. Kenny. Kaylee Coker. Grace Elizabeth Kruger. Chandre Lakanlale. Garrett Larson. Valerie Amber Lindquist, presented by Carroll University trustee Bart Williams. Caitlin Nicole Lombardino. Josie Lauren Longhorn. Cheryl Sabu Lucas. Emily Rose Majerus. Elsa Paige Meese. Morgan Jane Meyer. John Robert Moynihan. Delaney Jane Mulak. Allison N. Osell. Carly Danielle Owens. Lindsay Ray Polmersheim. Jensen Taylor Pearson. Claire E. Palmy. Andrew Lawrence Pono. Jorge Enrique Razo Velasquez. Sarah Richelle. Alexander Bernard Rodriguez. Sydney Lee Schaefer. Lauren Margaret Skaball. Ryan Elise Schlicht. Molly Marie Schultes. Olivia Kathleen Skoglund. Claire Marie Slasky. Michaela Teplitsky. Miranda Claire Thill. Emily Ann Eitenbrook. Zachary Valavinus. Bradley Edward Vosters. Jenna Kimberly Weber. Jenna Jean Weber. Lauren Widlowski. Julia Rose Yep. Congratulations to all of our graduating graduate students. We do have one undergraduate student joining us this evening, as he could not take part in tomorrow's undergraduate ceremony, and we want to give him the opportunity he earned to walk across the stage. Christian Sedlock. Dr. Nattinger, the degree candidates of the Carroll University graduate class of 2023 have received their diplomas and are now ready to have their degrees conferred.
Thank you, Dr. Blake. And would all the candidates for degrees please rise? Upon the recommendation of your faculty and by the powers vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Carroll University, I confer upon each of you the degrees you have earned with all the rights and privileges that appertain to each. Congratulations, graduates.
It is now my pleasure to introduce the chair of the, go ahead and be seated. It is now my pleasure to introduce the chair of the Carroll University Alumni Council, Ann Lotch. Ann graduated from Carroll in 1988 with a major in French and went on to earn a law degree from the University of Wisconsin Law School in 2005. Ann comes from a Carroll legacy family. She's the daughter of former trustee Bill Lotch, class of 1960, the sister of current trustee David H. Lotch, class of 1995, and the great-granddaughter of former Carroll president William Ganfield. Please welcome Ann Lotch to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Blagan. Congratulations. On behalf of the alumni community, it is my pleasure to welcome the graduate class of 2023 to the proud company of Carroll University alumni across the globe. Class of 23, remember that Carroll University has provided you with a graduate education which will allow you to go out into the world and to make an impact into your chosen professions, the communities in which you will live, and in the broader world. As you travel along your chosen path, you will bring distinction not only to yourselves, but also to your alma mater. As you leave, remember Carroll. The university is dependent on the support of alumni to guarantee future generations the same opportunities that you have enjoyed. As graduate students, you helped shape the Carroll of today, and as alumni, you will help to shape the future of this university. It is an awesome responsibility, but you have been well prepared, and I'm confident you will be equal to the challenge. Congratulations.
Now please rise as you are able and join Kyra Hippis and Madeline Harada, both of the class of 2023, as they lead us in the singing of our alma mater.
Okay. Ready?
Our Carroll University, our home so fair and free, to thee our loyalty we pledge, and praises sing to thee. Thy hallowed halls we love so well, our campus walks the victory bell, our hearts and minds rejoice to be thy sons and daughters. Hail to thee.
Receive this benediction. As you formally conclude your Carroll University education, leave knowing that though you are no longer sitting in classrooms with peers or being guided by professors, you are never alone. I leave you with these words from renowned 20th century theologian Howard Thurman. How wonderful it is, beyond all power fully to understand, that our lives are never left to themselves alone. It does not matter where we are or what tasks consume our energies. There is always present something more than we ourselves at any given moment. Always we are visited. Once more, congratulations, graduates. Go, enjoy, and peace.
Thank you, Reverend Langholtz. Once again, to the graduate class of 2023, congratulations. Please stand while the Mace Bearer and Platform Party lead the recessional. As Provost and Vice President of Academic Affairs at Carroll University, I declare the ceremony of the 2023 graduate commencement of Carroll University concluded. Congratulations.